Thailand is not only about sun-drenched beaches or dazzling golden temples. When night falls over the mountain passes of Mae Hong Son, the boundary between humans and spirits becomes thinner than ever. The locals have an unwritten rule. If you ever see a red thread tied around an ancient tree trunk, bleeding deep in the forest, never touch it, and above all, never bring anything from that place back home. But Mark, an American travel vlogger, thought it was nothing more than superstition. It was the third day of Mark's solo journey. Searching for something sensational for his YouTube channel, he made his way into an abandoned shrine rumored to be the place where a Krasu, or a vengeful spirit known as Phi Tai Hong, had been sealed away. Among the ruins, Mark found a small wooden box, tightly wrapped with the faded red thread. Ignoring the warning symbols carved into the wood, Mark pulled out his pocket knife and cut the thread. Inside was an antique gold ring set with a blood-red stone. Mark brought the ring back to his room. That night, the clock struck exactly 3 a.m. The room suddenly turned ice cold, and Mark's breath became a cloud of white mist. He woke up to a sickening stench, the smell of rotting flesh mixed with the incense used in offerings to demons. When Mark looked into the large mirror facing his bed, he realized something horrifying. The red thread he had cut at the shrine was now slowly crawling out from beneath the skin of his own neck, tightening around his throat. That box was not a treasure. It was the seal of a Phi Tai Hong, a woman who had been betrayed and brutally murdered in the previous century. The red thread was the very thing that kept her vengeful spirit from harming the world. By cutting it, Mark had not only set her free, but had also turned himself into a sacrificial replacement. The ghost slowly crawled out from the dark corner, her bony fingers with long black nails caressing Mark's face, frozen stiff with fear. She whispered in a language Mark could not understand, but he knew exactly what it meant. "You took what belonged to me. Now I will take your life." The next day, the homestay owner found the room completely empty. Mark had vanished without a trace. The only thing left behind was his shattered camera lying on the floor. When the police checked the final recording, all they saw was a pitch-black screen, accompanied by Mark's heart-wrenching scream, and a woman's voice whispering in English, "Welcome to Thailand. Now, if you ever pass through the misty forests of Mae Hong Son and see a new wooden box wrapped in red thread lying by the roadside, walk away as fast as you can, because the spirit inside that box might be Mark." Story 2. Americans come to Thailand seeking salvation... or destruction. Julian chose both. After losing everything in the crypto crash, desperation drove him into the shadows, into the world of black magic, and a Jarna dark sorcerer offered him a deal: wealth, in exchange for a piece of his soul. The vessel was a luck thep doll, a porcelain shell binding the ashes of an abandoned child. The rule was simple. Every time money hit his account, Julian had to feed the doll a drop of his own blood before midnight. Forget the blood... and the toll would be collected in the flesh of someone he loved. The curse worked instantly. Wealth flooded in. Julian moved into a luxury penthouse. Every night, he sliced his palm, feeding the porcelain child. It wept and laughed in his dreams, demanding more. Then Chloe, his fiancée, flew in from New York to surprise him. In the haze of romance, alcohol, and celebration. Julian forgot the golden rule. His watch buzzed. 11:58 p.m. 2 minutes left. The realization hit him like an ice water, but it was already too late. Midnight. Total blackout. The altar was empty. The doll was gone. Only a trail of dried, black blood remained on the floor. From the bedroom, a choking gasp, Julian rushed in. Under the pale moonlight, Chloe was paralyzed, her eyes rolling back into her head. Sitting on her chest was the Luckthep. Its porcelain head slowly twisted 180 degrees to face Julian. Its mouth unhinged into a bottomless black void, inhaling Chloe's very soul. She was cold, lifeless, driven by pure madness. Julian carried her corpse into the torrential rain, hailing a passing Bangkok taxi. Hospital, now, he screamed. But the neon lights of the city vanished. The car sped into the desolate, pitch-black outskirts, surrounded by twisting palm trees. This wasn't the road to the hospital. Julian looked at the rearview mirror. There was no driver, only a decaying, skinless skull, bound tightly in ancient black magic threads, staring back at him. The taxi slammed to a halt in a flooded, ancient cemetery, the doors dead-bolted. From the murky mud, thousands of pale, tiny children's hands emerged, clawing the car, dragging it down into the earth. Through the foggy, sinking window, Julian saw his Luckthep doll standing on a mossy gravestone, its tiny porcelain arm waving a mechanical goodbye. The dark broker had warned him, "You don't own the ghost owns you." In Thailand, karma never misses a deadline. It only waits for the perfect moment to swallow you whole.
Don't leave just yet. Subscribe to us, or the Luckthep doll will visit you tonight.